All right, thank you guys. The Lotte Giants square off against the LG Twins, and that's going to be a 4 a.m. Eastern start time. The Twins are the $1.75 favorite, totals 8.5, juice to the over. The Giants are plus 135, and if you like them on the run line, they're minus 165, keeping it close. And following Friday's sports wagering action, I improved to 12-1 in my last 13 extra daily pick tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And that's a website where I sell really great sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. Now, the daily extra pick is one of those packages that I sell as I'm also 17-4 in my last 21 picks in that category as well. And that's good for 81% over the course of the past 3 weeks in that package. I also have a bunch of different great memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. And if you want to check out the website, maybe browse a little bit, check out my current record. The link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, the Giants beat the Twins earlier this morning by the final of 7-6, and that's going to improve their record to 7-1 in their last 8 games. Good for a win percentage of .875 during that stretch. They also gave up just 2.5 runs per contest on average in those 8 games as well. Lotte is just 3 games out of second place in the KBO standings. They're taking on a Twins team who's dropped 4 out of their last 8 themselves, including a 5-3 loss to the SK Wyverns. They also dropped 2 out of their last 3 series as well. And when it comes to the scoring in this one, 4 out of the Twins' last 8 got over the total of 8.5 runs. They also saw 8 out of their last 13 get over that number as well. Meanwhile, on the Giants side of things, they saw 3 out of their last 5 get over the 8.5 themselves. 9 out of their last 13 also got over that total. Give me the Lotte Giants plus 1.5 and the over 8.5 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Sunday's KBO baseball action. But before we dive into some more of that, I just have to quickly remind you once again that after Friday's sports wagering action, I improved to 12-1 in my last 13 extra daily pick premium plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And of course, that's a website where I sell really great sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. There's also a bunch of different great memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. We'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that if you decide to pull the trigger. And one of those packages is called the Extra Daily Pick Tier Membership. It's only $2.99 through the end of the month. And in addition to going 12-1 in my last 13, I'm also hitting at 17-4 in my last 21 picks in that category. And that's good for 81% over the past 3 weeks in that membership. I strongly recommend you consider using the website for sports picks. They're my personal plays, games that I personally have action on. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And with that said, let's go ahead and move on. We're going to take a look at the Kaiwoom Heroes taking on the NC Dinos, 4 a.m. Eastern start. The Dinos are minus 150, totals 11.5. And if you like the Heroes, they're plus $1.15 to win it, and minus 175, keeping it close. The Heroes are coming fresh off an 18-5 dismantling of the first place Dinos earlier this morning. Matter of fact, they took both games 1 and 2 of this very series. And they're looking to complete the sweep Sunday morning. Kaiwoom's 10-4 record in their last 14 is good for 71% during that span. They've held their opponents to just 2.9 runs per contest on average in those 10 victories. The Heroes are just 1.5 games back of second place in the 10-team KBO right now. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, the Dinos have lost 3 out of their last 4 themselves, including an embarrassing 9-1 loss to the Doosan Bears during that stretch. Now, believe it or not, we're looking at a Dinos team. They've given up a total of 35 runs in their last 4 games. And when it comes to the scoring in this one, The Dinos, believe it or not, ironically saw 3 out of their last 4 stay under the total of 11.5 runs. Meanwhile, on the Kiwoom side, they saw 9 out of their last 10 stay under that number themselves. Give me the Kiwoom Heroes plus 1.5 and the under 11.5 in that game. Next contest, Kia Tigers squaring off against the SK Wyverns, 4 a.m. Eastern first pitch. The Tigers are the $2 favorite, totals 9.5, slightly juiced to the under. And if you like the Wyverns in this contest here, they're plus 155 winning this one straight up, and minus 118 catching the 1.5. Now the Wyverns lost 2-1 this morning to the Tigers. They were also doubled up by the Tigers 6-3 in game 1 of this 3-game series. The Wyverns' 4-game losing streak right now finds them averaging just 2 runs per contest on the offensive side of things. Now their 1-5 record in their last 6 is good for just 16% in that very short span. Because of this morning's loss, that's going to cause the Wyverns to lose 3 out of their last 4 series. The Wyverns are currently in second to last place in the 10-team KBO. They've been victorious in just 11 out of 34 games thus far in the season. They're taking on a Tigers team who's won 4 out of their last 5 themselves, including an impressive 10-0 double-digit shutout victory over the KT Wiz. They've given up just 1.5 runs per contest on average in their last 4 victories. Now, when it comes to the scoring in this one, the Tigers saw 6 out of their last 8 stay under the total of 9.5 runs. Meanwhile, the Wyverns on the other side, they saw their last 6 straight stay under that number themselves. So with all that said and done, all that in mind, give me the Kia Tigers minus 1.5 and the under 9.5 runs in that game. Next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be the KT Wiz taking on the Samsung Lions, 4 a.m. Eastern start time. The Lions are the $1.18 favorite, totals 10.5 juice to the over. And if you like the Wiz in this one, they're minus 110 on the money line. The Wiz lost 3 out of their last 5, including a humiliating 10-0 loss to the Kia Tigers. They've won just 4 out of their last 16, and that's good for a win percentage of just .250 during that span. The Wiz have lost their last 4 straight series and have dropped to 8th place in the 10-team KBO with their 13-21 record on the season. Now Samsung on the other side, they've been victorious in 3 out of their last 4 themselves, including a 6-3 victory where they doubled up the Kiwoom Heroes. They also held their opponents to just 1.7 runs per contest on average in their last 4 victories. Now when it comes to the total in this one, 7 out of Samsung's last 8 games stayed under the total of 10.5 runs. Meanwhile, on the Wiz side of things, they saw 6 out of their last 8 stay under that number themselves. Give me the Samsung Lions minus 118 and the under 10.5 in that game. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. And from our Patreon platform, shout out to Derek Rossi, Ryan Greep, JScore24, Serge Brook, James Lavette, Chris Dewberry, Dave Flatham, John Johnson, Chemo136, and G. Wang. Next, from our Instagram platform, shout out to San Mila Maya, Will Slade, Bubba Jonesy, Robert Joseph, the fantasy football counselor, Smooth Thinker. Also want to give a shout out to Sarah Ill, Jonathan Oloye, The Snows Official, Sydney Rivera, and Agam Verma. And finally, from our YouTube platform, shout out to Cedric Foster, Jesse Cruz, Stephen Lewis, Bo Dunn, GTA Gamer Girl, Matthew Milliser, Richard Baxter, David Arango, James Jackson, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man, Teddy Choba. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. I think I said it earlier in the video, but if you guys decide to pull the trigger and sign up for a package, sign up for a membership, what we'll do is we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. Now, that is Patreon's uniform policy. So if you subscribe to any other creators on Patreon, that's exactly how it goes. You get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month if they have a subscription-based setup. So anyway, just wanted to make sure you were aware of that. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With all that said and done, happy Saturday or Sunday to you, depending on when you're watching this video. Best of luck to you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/rockpage.